It's coming, so we say let's get ahead of it. Shall we try? Before cold, flu, or sick season grabs hold, my next guest wants to help you fight illness off. Pharmacist and friend of our show, Phil Cowley, is known for his popular social media account, Phil's My Pharmacist. He's here to help us keep the germs away. Great to see you.
It's good to see you.
So sickness always runs high this time of year. How is this year feeling in comparison?
You know, it feels a little bit heavier right now.
Does it?
Yeah, we have a couple of things going around. I mean, COVID's back around, which is going to keep coming back around.
Yeah.
Colds are here. RSV's already hitting. And so you see it early and often, but as soon as school gets, you can count on people coming in with colds because kids get sick. I know it's a huge surprise.
Shocker.
But kids always are getting sick.
So is there anything we can do to reduce how often, how bad, how long we stay sick?
So we want to look first at deficiencies. So you can have a deficiency even though you eat really well. Your vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin A, zinc, those are the first ones that jump out. So if you have chronic inflammation inside your stomach, you're going to have deficiencies even if you're taking plenty. So you want to make sure you're loading up the vitamin C, vitamin D, the zinc, and then I am totally in love with elderberry too.
Let's talk about this. I was going to say, if I only am going to, sink my money and my time into one or two, elderberry makes your list?
I like elderberry a lot. Elderberry has lots of vitamin C in it and it has lots of flavonoids. So if you imagine a flavonoid is like this molecule that floats around and anything that it doesn't like, it attaches to and then your body excretes it. Lots of flavonoids, lots of antioxidants, lots of vitamin C and vitamin A in your elderberry. So you kind of get to load up on everything but your zinc in one product.
Yeah.
So I really love elderberry. Plus elderberry tastes really good, so you're not chasing your kids around something they don't want to eat.
It smells good too. I have it in my bubble bath. Does that count?
It does, absolutely. They also make jams out of it, but I'm not so sure a jam counts, but I hope it does.
You mentioned it will cover a lot, but it won't cover zinc. That also made your list of something to consider.
So without zinc, if you have a zinc deficiency, your immune system has a really hard time doing its job. So people quite often will have chronic inflammation inside their stomach, and they won't pass over zinc. Zinc takes energy to absorb. So if your stomach is angry, it's not going to take zinc, so make sure you have extra zinc.
I have a feeling as we talk about angry stomachs and healthy insides, we're going to spin to probiotics.
Absolutely, 100%.
Give us your pitch. Why do you like probiotics?
Probiotics. First, the first 1,000 months of our lives, our immune system takes all of its cues from our stomach. You actually pass along bacteria in your stomach from mother to child.
Isn't that amazing?
Inside breast milk, there is a sugar, a very long sugar that we can't digest that you produce specifically to feed the bacteria inside the baby. That is how important it is.
Yeah.
So if you imagine that your stomach lining is like the savannah and you've got lions out there that you want to stop and you have little meerkats. Meerkats jump up and right? The problem is that if you have an inflamed stomach, those meerkats keep jumping up. So you have chronic inflammation. And that doesn't stop in the stomach. It goes to your lungs, your brain, every place else. So if you have a child who's constantly eating pocket nuggets.
Oh, no.
Would you like, I have more. I have lots of pocket nuggets.
Not hungry today. Not
so
hungry.
Our kids, they just don't eat really well. They don't, right? I mean, my kids would never eat well.
Are these Wendy's or McDonald's?
These are McDonald's.
Okay, bless them.
So when we feed our kids pocket nuggets all day long, how do we expect them to have any sort of fiber that the bacteria will eat, and what kind of bacteria are we producing when we're giving them food like this? Now, my kids ate them, so I'm not going to say anybody's wrong, but if your kids are eating pocket nuggets, you want to make sure you have the right type of bacteria in there. If not, the immune system will never be right.
To help calm down the meerkats.
Absolutely. You should, if your kid's sick all the time, my first question is what does their poo look like? Because if their gut's always constipated or slipping, you know they're never going to be healthy with viruses from the nose and the lungs.
So a lot of times we'll hear doctors say take a probiotic with an antibiotic, but you're saying this should be part of our diet year-round?
Yeah, especially depending on your stomach. If you have real regular bowel movements, sure, it's fine. But most kids, I sell so much stuff for kids because they're either constipated or it's moving too fast.
Okay.
And that's because we developed our bacteria in our gut over 2 million years, and then over the last 100 years, we completely changed the game on them, so our bacteria hasn't caught up.
I'm reading more and more about that.
So you need to be on top of it because they won't stay very well alive in you, so you're going to have to replace them continually, so you need to make sure they're there. They still signal all of your immune system, and if you're chronically inflamed, you get sick more often.
What should we look for, Phil, in a good probiotic?
So you want 3 bacilluses, lactobacillus.
Okay.
And then you want at least 3 in the Bifidobacterium and Streptomyces. So you look for 3 lactobacilluses and 3 that are not lactobacillus inside of them. It can get way more complicated, but I have a hard time remembering kids' birthdays, let alone all of the rest of it. So you're looking for 3 and 3 inside of the probiotic you're
And I'm
looking
sure
for.
you'll spell it out for us, literally, on your Instagram.
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll have to. I'll have to look it
I
up.
can't say that. I certainly can't spell that. Moving on, despite our best efforts, our kids are still going to get sick. So let's talk about what to do then. Your kid has a runny nose.
So the thing about snot is,
purple.
It is purple, but see, snot's really hard to get up. So when you get snot on a countertop, which every mother has had to clean up,
Yeah.
you don't just scrub it with water.
Yeah.
Because it won't come up, right?
Right.
You spray it with something to make it come up.
Sure.
So Nasacort is approved down to the age of 2.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I used this for a long time as an adult.
So it's nice because it reduces inflammation that's local. When you reduce inflammation, then that mucus production is slowed down, and you can use it down to the age of 2.
So even for young kids.
Even
okay.
young kids, you're good. But there's some stuff out there called Panaris, and it's got pine oil, eucalyptus oil, and cottonseed oil in it. And so what it ends up doing is it makes a safe soap for the nose.
Oh.
So you take a milliliter of the Panaris, and you add it to the Nasacort.
We're cocktailing a little bit.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Now what you've got in there is you've got a little bit of a degreaser for that snot that's inside there.
Yeah.
And then it's also got the anti-inflammation. So then you get rid of the inflammation, clear out that snot,
Okay.
and then that can't harbor all of the bad guys because the snot catches it,
Yeah.
but it doesn't get rid of it.
I like how we're talking about snot and other bodily excretions.
Yeah, that's what we do, just poo
we're
and
adults.
snot,
We're
everything else, right?
we've got about a minute left. Every grandma has their cold remedy. What's yours for a general cold?
So I really like Dramamine. So Dramamine has a combination, it's got dimenhydrinate in it, and that's diphenhydramine, which is Benadryl, with chlorotheophylline. The nice thing about it, it's dosed down to the age of 2, so you can get this down into chewable down to the age of 2. If you take the right dose of Dramamine, it'll reduce all the mucus, and then cough suppressant. The kids cough, cough, cough.
It's the worst to listen to. I mean,
It's
as in I
worst.
feel bad for them. Yeah, it's just hard. No
Absolutely.
sleep for anyone.
So all the cough syrups over the counter don't really work well. But
Right.
honey wins every single time. So if you take the Dramamine, the right dose, and you add it to the honey, your cough's gone, your snot's gone, and they sleep through the night.
Knock it out. Okay. Meaning knock out the cold, not knock them out. But
No.
we do like sleep.
Right.
Okay. That was just a bad juxtaposition of my words. You were fine. Phil, thank you so much. You share advice like this all of the time through your Instagram. How can we follow along?
Phil's my pharmacist. I'm also at Cache Valley Pharmacy if you ever get bored.
And we're so glad you're a pharmacist.
Yeah, I like doing it too.
All right. We'll link you over from our website if you aren't already following. He's a great guy to learn from. Thanks again. Good job.